I wanted to show you how to use StatCrunch to solve a confidence interval problem. And this is one that we did in class manually, so it's in your notes. It's in section 7.1, and it's on page LN64 at the bottom. And this is a proportion problem, so we will use z-scores, or we did use z-scores. And we had calculated the margin of error, and then we added and subtracted that margin of error to get this confidence interval at the bottom, which was between 0.318 on the lower end and 0.402 on the upper end. And we can again do the same problem in StatCrunch, and there's certain bits of information that StatCrunch is going to ask us for, so we'll prepare in advance. So one is the number of successes, and we said there was a sample of 500 teens, but 36% of those had, in this case, success means the feature that we care about, which is whether they check their phone. So we multiply 36% times 500 and get 180 that check their phones. And then it'll ask the number of observations, which is 500 given to us, and then the confidence level, which was given to us here at 95%. So when we go to StatCrunch, what we will do is go under Stat, and we want Proportion Stats, and we want one sample data. So we'll go to one sample, and then we are going to do this with summary. Because we did not have 500 different yeses or nos, we have a summarized version, which was that proportion. And here we see it's asking us for the number of successes, and I'll type in that 180. And then it's asking us for the number of observations, so I'll put in 500. And now we don't want to perform a hypothesis test, we want to perform a confidence interval. And so we will type in the confidence level, which is defaulted at 95%, and that's what we had been asked for. We could change it if we needed. And then we're going to ask it to compute. And you can see now that the lower limit, so L limit, is 0.3179. If we round that off, it's 0.318, which is what we had gotten from our manual calculation. And the upper limit is given as 0.402, and that 0.402 is what we had gotten from our manual calculation also. The one warning I should give you is that the standard error, STD error, is not the same as E, the margin of error. We had talked about that, and so don't use that standard error to add and subtract from that p-hat, because it will not give you the result that you want.